Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the corporate world. Today we're diving into SiteOne Landscape Supply's proxy statement, and I'm going to make sure there are no leaves unturned this time around. Let's see if their financial health is as green as their customers' lawns. This proxy statement is like the company giving itself a report card and also asking you, the shareholders, to vote on some important stuff. Think of it as a behind-the-scenes look at how the company is run, who's in charge, and where they plan to go, all from SiteOne's point of view. First, let's check out the highlights from last year. Net sales were up 6% to $4.34 billion. They are selling more stuff. Gross profit also rose by 5%. That means they are keeping a bit more money after paying for the products they sell. Even better, customers seem happier with their net promoter score going up a little. They also bought 7 companies, adding about $200 million in sales. But this isn't just about the numbers, it's also about how the company is run, a concept we call governance. SiteOne says they listen to their shareholders, and as a result, they've made some changes in how they operate. One big one up for a vote at the meeting is getting rid of the classified board structure. What is a classified board? Basically, not all directors are up for election each year. Declassifying the board would mean all directors have to be re-elected every year. The board will evolve if the shareholders approve. Particularly, not all directors are up for election each year. Declassifying the board would mean all directors have to be re-elected every year. The board will evolve if the shareholders approve. What else did the shareholders talk about? Seems like SiteOne's focus on taking care of their people and the planet is appreciated, which is increasingly important these days. They also gave some thoughts on how the company pays its executives, and they wanted to change the classified board, which is what we mentioned earlier. Speaking of voting, time to get to who gets to be on the board. At the meeting, you'll get to vote on directors, so think of it like choosing the team captains. 3 current directors, Fred Diaz, W. Roy Dunbar, and Larissa Drake, are up for re-election, and SiteOne wants you to vote for them. The proxy statement goes into detail about SiteOne's corporate governance policies. The board is mostly independent, meaning they aren't directly tied to the company's management. They have committees to oversee things like finances, pay, and who gets nominated to the board. And there are policies about ethics and how to handle conflicts of interest, which are basic for how to handle conflicts of interest, which are basic for how to handle conflicts of interest, which are basic for any public company. Now, let's dig into some numbers. SiteOne uses Deloitte & Touche as their independent accounting firm. You, the shareholders, will vote to approve if you like them or not. In the last year, SiteOne has paid them $1.77 million for the main audit and about $120,000 more for smaller related tasks. There's also another $5,685 for other fees. Next up is the section everyone loves to hate, executive compensation. This part explains how much the top executives get paid and why. The main idea is to reward executives for good performance and to keep them sticking around. So how does SiteOne do it? Well, for the past year, here's what the top dogs were shooting for. Doug Black, the CEO, had a target total direct compensation of just over $6 million. John Guthrie, the CFO, was targeting $1.66 million, and the other executives were in a similar range. How did the company actually do? Sales were up, which is good, but something called adjusted EBITDA, a measure of profit, went down. So mixed results, and that affected their bonuses. The executives only earned a small chunk of what they could have gotten in bonuses. It looks like they missed some important performance goals, but received the rewards from the customer performance metric. The company said the 3-year EBA cumulative compound annual growth rate at 33.0% ranked at the 46.5 percentile relative to the PSU performance peer group, and a 3-year average RICE of 23.1%, which positively modified the final payout by 120%. The company uses a mix of base salary, bonuses, and stock awards to pay its executives. Base salary is what they get no matter what, while bonuses and stock awards depend on how well the company performs. Also, there are rules about how much stock the executives need to own. This is to make sure their interests are aligned with the shareholders. It looks like the CEO needs to hold stock worth 6 times his salary. That's a lot of skin in the game. On top of that, executives aren't allowed to bet against the stock or borrow money using their shares as collateral. Base salaries of our top executives were increased a little in order to match the median numbers of our competitors. Let's talk about what happens if an executive leaves or if the company gets sold. There are agreements that say they'll get certain payments and benefits depending on the situation. This is like an insurance policy for the executives, in case things don't go as planned, but they have to sign and not revoke a general release of claims in favor of the company. Finally, let's take a quick look at who owns the most stock. T. Rowe Price Associates owns the biggest chunk, and the Vanguard Group owns the second biggest piece. The executives and directors together own a small amount. So if you want to propose something at next year's meeting or nominate someone for the board, there are deadlines you need to know. Put it on your calendar. This section basically recaps how to vote, how to attend the annual meeting, and what the proposals are about in a nutshell. Vote, vote, vote too. Now, what's my take on all this? SiteOne's seems to be doing alright, but their numbers paint a complex picture. While sales are up, profits took a slight dip, meaning expenses are up as well. The stock ownership guidelines for executives are solid, but the executive comp did get increased to match the market. So if all that money for what seems to be lower performance sounds good to you or not, then decide for yourself and vote. It's also good that the company appears to be listening to its shareholders and acting to what they want. You as shareholders need to understand how this company works and vote based on your judgment. And now you are a little bit more informed than before. Thanks for watching. If you found this breakdown helpful, give us a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe for more corporate deep dives. See you in the next video.